Imagine trying to learn how to drive, with a Formula One driver sitting in the passenger seat, judging your every move. That's exactly what Amelia Dimoldenberg is doing in her hilarious new YouTube series, Passenger Princess. You probably know Amelia from Chicken Shop Date, where she awkwardly flirts and charms celebrities over fried chicken. But this time, she swapped the chicken shop for a car seat. And her newest instructor, none other than 20-year-old F1 prodigy Ollie Bearman from Haas. This latest episode takes them to one of the most intimidating circuits in the world, Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. Picture it: slippery tracks, rain pouring down, and Amelia behind the wheel, trying her best not to spin out while Bearman nervously laughs beside her. It's the perfect mix of chaos, comedy, and charm that fans can't get enough of, and it shows just how fearless and funny Amelia really is. Now, if you've ever seen Amelia drive, or at least try to, you'll know she's not exactly F1 ready. And Ollie Bearman, who's just 20 years old himself, quickly figures that out. The two have this instant comedic chemistry. You can tell Bearman doesn't know whether to laugh or panic. At one point, he jokingly asks, "Are you really that bad?" as Amelia fumbles with the steering wheel and nervously giggles. But that's the charm of Passenger Princess. It's not just about driving. It's about watching Amelia completely out of her element, turning her awkwardness into entertainment gold. And filming at Spa-Francorchamps only raises the stakes. It's one of the toughest tracks in the world, long, twisty, and unpredictable, especially when the rain hits. Seeing Amelia try to parallel park in those conditions? Absolutely priceless. It's part road trip, part comedy show, and part F1 masterclass gone hilariously wrong. What makes this episode so fun to watch is the complete contrast between the two of them. You've got Ollie Bearman, a rising star in the world of Formula One, used to precision, discipline, and speed. And then there's Amelia, who treats driving like a casual chat show. She cracks jokes mid-turn, gets distracted by raindrops, and somehow still manages to charm everyone around her. Bearman tries to stay calm, offering her tips like, "Keep your hands steady," but his nervous side-eye says it all. Still, there's this sweet dynamic forming between them, a mentor and student vibe that feels surprisingly genuine. You can tell Bearman's enjoying the chaos more than he expected, and Amelia, as always, leans into the absurdity with her signature dry humor. Together, they somehow turn a stressful driving lesson into something heartwarming and absolutely hilarious to watch. But the real magic of this episode isn't just in the laughs. It's in seeing Amelia's determination. Beneath the jokes and awkward pauses, you can feel her actually trying to get better. Every time she stalls or misses a turn, she shrugs it off with a grin and says, "Okay, one more try." The heart of Passenger Princess. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. And Bearman, for all his teasing, seems genuinely supportive. He's patient, guiding her through the gears and cheering her on when she nails a tricky move. The two even share a few surprisingly deep moments, talking about what it's like to be constantly in the spotlight and trying to prove yourself. For Bearman, it's about climbing the ranks of Formula One. For Amelia, it's about mastering something most people take for granted: driving. Different roads, same journey. By the midpoint of the episode, you can tell Amelia and Ollie have settled into an easy rhythm. The awkward silences turn into playful banter, and the tension that filled the car in the beginning slowly fades into laughter. Bearman starts to relax, even letting his competitive side show as he challenges Amelia to take corners faster. Probably not the safest advice, but definitely the funniest. Meanwhile, Amelia's commentary is gold. She narrates every mistake like she's hosting Top Gear, turning what could be a simple driving test into a full-blown comedy sketch. The Belgian rain keeps pouring. The windshield wipers can barely keep up. And yet somehow, Amelia is more focused on making Bearman laugh than keeping the car straight. That's what makes her such a natural entertainer. Even in the middle of chaos, she knows exactly how to keep the audience hooked. You're laughing, cringing, and rooting for her all at once. As the episode rolls on, we get glimpses of why Passenger Princess is such a hit with viewers. It's not just a driving show. It's a window into Amelia's world, where humor meets humility. She's not afraid to look ridiculous, and that honesty makes her instantly relatable. When she grinds the gear or forgets which pedal is which, she laughs first before anyone else can. Bearman, on the other hand, can't decide whether he's coaching or surviving. You can see the F1 racer in him twitch every time she takes a corner too wide. But then he breaks into a smile, realizing that this chaos is part of the fun. And even though the Spa-Francorchamps track is meant for high-speed professionals, watching them crawl along at 15 miles per hour feels just as thrilling. It's raw, it's funny, and it somehow reminds us that even the most confident people have things they're still learning. And if you've been following the Passenger Princess series, this episode fits perfectly into Amelia's ongoing story. Before Bearman, she teamed up with Mercedes driver George Russell, another hilarious pairing that had fans obsessed. Each episode brings a new instructor, a new dynamic, and a new layer to Amelia's journey toward becoming a licensed driver. What's great is that the show doesn't take itself too seriously. There's no polished editing or overproduced drama, just genuine reactions, clumsy mistakes, and moments of real connection. You can see why F1 fans love it too. It offers a lighthearted glimpse at their favorite drivers outside the racetrack, in situations that test their patience more than any high-speed lap ever could. And Bearman, despite his young age, handles it all like a pro. Calm, funny, and surprisingly charming. The chemistry between him and Amelia is effortless, the kind that makes you smile without realizing it. As the lesson nears its end, the rain finally eases, and there's this quiet, funny little moment between Amelia and Ollie. She looks at him, half proud and half terrified, and asks, "So, did I pass?" He laughs, shaking his head, saying something like, "Let's just say, you survived." It's classic Amelia, turning failure into pure comedy gold. You can tell that even though she's nowhere near ready for an actual driving test, she's learned something far more important: confidence. That's what makes Passenger Princess more than just a YouTube gimmick. It's a mini journey of growth disguised as humor. The production keeps it simple, focusing on genuine moments instead of flashy editing. The sound of the rain, the awkward laughs, the little silences, they all make it feel authentic. Watching it, you can't help but think about your own first driving lesson, the nerves, the excitement, and the chaos that came with it. By the end of the episode, Amelia and Bearman step out of the car, soaked but smiling. There's this sense of mutual respect between them, the kind that only comes from surviving a slightly terrifying but hilarious shared experience. Bearman admits he had a blast, joking that teaching Amelia might be tougher than racing at Monaco. Amelia laughs, promising she'll be back on the road soon, preferably with fewer stalls and less screaming. The credits roll with their laughter echoing over the track, leaving viewers grinning and wanting more. And that's the beauty of Passenger Princess. It's not just about Amelia learning to drive. It's about connection, courage, and finding joy in imperfection. Each episode brings us closer to seeing a different side of her and of the F1 stars we think we know so well. With upcoming guests like Carlos Sainz and Oscar Piastri, fans can bet the next lessons will be just as chaotic, heartfelt, and unforgettable.